I can't see anything down here. Could I get some light on this, please? Ah, much better. Hello and welcome to Hard On Gaming, where the games are hard and so am I. I'm your host, Big Stiffy, and this is a mod spotlight. Today I'll be going over the Ropes Plus mod. Now, despite the name, Ropes Plus adds a lot more than just ropes. Many of the things Ropes Plus adds are actually arrows, and many of which I'm not even entirely sure what they do. But let's jump in and get started. What I have on me is the hook shot. Now the hook shot actually does require cartridges in order to use. But basically, you take the hook shot. When you have a cartridge, you right click on any surface that is nearby that you can see. You draw back the hook shot like a bow and release. And I didn't make it to the top. So another thing added by Ropes Plus is called a rope arrow. So if I needed to get up here, say that rope wasn't there, that I could actually climb it, I equip my bow. Now the Ropes Plus mod allows you to swap between arrows, as you can see with the tooltip on the screen there. Swap arrows with comma, period, and toggle with apostrophe. So you can actually just turn it off and use default arrows. So if I use the comma and period, nothing happens. Okay. Found out what keys I had bound to change the arrows. So now I have the rope arrow selected, and it says I have 65. So it actually tells you how many arrows you have, even if it's more than one stack. So if I shoot that top block up there, an arrow descends, and I can climb it like a ladder. And then I can just break the top, and I can get my arrow back. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to toss that. Another thing added by the Ropes Plus mod is the grappling hook. And I really don't have too much success in trying to use this. If I toss it, I lose it. Alright, well, let's try again. Nope, it went clean over. Where can I stand? God, this is really tough to try and get to the top there. Ah, there we go. So if you can manage to get the grappling hook to land on the top of a block, it will cause a rope to descend down the adjacent side of it. And I can't pick it up. I gotta break it. But if you weren't in creative mode like me, you could probably just pick that up with like a pickaxe or something. And then we have rope. Now you can't use rope on its own. You actually have to use it in crafting recipes. Much like for the grappling hook, the rope arrow, Zipline anchor, and the hook shot. Now one thing, I've been a little bit confused about the Zipline anchor. I'm not entirely sure how to use it. Oh, okay, there you go. So that is how you place a Zipline anchor. So now, if I go over somewhere like here, I can't place that there. Oh, what'd I do? What? Another thing that you have to know about the hook shot here is if you shoot the hook shot off in a direction and you don't pull the hook shot back all the way, you can swing on it like Tarzan. And this gets quite old after a while. So it's kind of annoying. If you want to use it, you have to make sure that you actually retract it all the way to be able to get up to your destination. Oh, and I fell anyway. Okay, there we go. So how do I use the zipline anchor? Okay, so I figured out how to use the zipline. Basically what you have to do, you shoot the hook shot at any solid surface, and whatever surface it hits, you then right click with an empty hand on the zipline anchor, and in order to ride the zipline you simply right click and you're on your way. So that's pretty cool. Now I don't know what the deal is with the flickering ropes. I don't know if that's due to my mod pack or something else that's glitchy, or I don't know. I don't know why it's flickering. But anyway, that's how you use it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, here we go. I've got us a few test subjects for our various arrows. One of our test subjects is falling through the floor. But you know what? It's kind of dark around here. I think we ought to light it up with torch arrows. Now, torch arrows have got to be among my most favorite thing of any mod, because if there's ever been any one reason to never go exploring in caves, it's because it's so impossible to light the cave up before you get swarmed with just tons and tons of monsters. So the torch arrows pretty much alleviate that issue. You can shoot the torches into any part of the cave that you want, light it up, see any monsters. However, they do have a dual purpose. If you shoot a mob with a torch arrow, they catch fire. Pretty cool, right? So let's check out some of the other arrows. We have the slime arrow. It's a bit slimy, it seems. If I shoot a mob with the slime arrow, not entirely sure what it does. And in order to make the slime arrow, you need a slime ball. So what does it do? I have no idea. Maybe it's more effective against slimes? Oh. It actually... Oh. Okay. It actually turned that zombie into a slime. That's, interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, let's check out some of the other arrows. We know what the rope arrow does. So let's get rid of the slime arrow. Let's get rid of the rope arrow. You know what? We can get rid of the torch arrow too. We have penetrating arrow. Now, as I understand it, the penetrating arrow is sort of like armor piercing, so you can shoot it at an armored player and it does equal amounts of damage. So if I shoot the zombie with this, it does 3.5 hearts of damage. So let's see. Can I give any of these zombies some diamond armor? Let's check it out. Will you wear it? No? Alright, let me get a zombie wearing armor and we can test this out. So here we go. We have a zombie with quite a bit of armor. Now, if I cycle through to normal arrows and hit him, it did the same amount of damage. Okay. So if I go back to the penetrating arrows, doesn't seem to do that much. Alright. So that was not what I had thought it was. Maybe it only applies to players, in which, if that's the case, I can't really test that out because I do not have a server. in which I could test this out. So let's move on to the next arrow. We have frost arrows. Now if I hit a zombie with a frost arrow, the zombie actually should be slowed down. So let's enable all particles. I don't see any particle effects from the zombie here. What if I hit myself with it? Okay. If I set myself to survival. Oh wow. That did a whole lot of damage. Oh wait, I was probably low on health anyway. So you know what? Let me get myself a potion of healing. Instant health. There we go. But it only does 1.5 hearts worth of damage. If I spawn in a blaze, let's do that real quick. There we go. Now let's hit him with it. It does 2 hearts of damage. So not really that much. Okay, let's spawn in some more zombies. Oh, and as it turns out, the frost arrow actually freezes water. So there you go. If you ever wanted to, say, cross an ocean, make a bunch of frost arrows, and just shoot it at the water. And you can create an ice bridge. So there you go. That is the frost arrow. Let's move on to the rest of our armory. We have seed arrows. Let's get rid of the frost arrows. We have penetrating arrows. We saw that. We have warp arrows. So let's give these a try. So if I shoot a mob with that, didn't really do much, did it? However, I believe if I shoot my arrow over here, hey, it works like an ender pearl. I don't know where that went. Oh, where am I? Oh, wow. That went quite... Oh, Jesus. That was the second one. So there you go. That is the warp arrow. It's basically like a better ender pearl. So now we have fire arrows. And there we go. That's pretty much the fire arrow. And if I shoot the fire arrow down there, it creates a little spot of fire. And I'm sure I could set that tree on fire over there. Yep, there we go. And remember, kids, only you can prevent forest fires. Alright, so let's get rid of the fire arrow. Move on to exploding arrows. And boy, that tree is burning. Now, kind of afraid to shoot this at my platform here, but let's give it a go. And let's back up a bit. There you go. That is the exploding arrow. It basically turns any entity into its own explosive. And it also works like TNT as well. So I could shoot it, say, over there. And it does have a fuse time in which it takes to explode, and it creates a bit of a crater. But it's not too big of an explosion radius. But it is an interesting way to handle your mobs, turning them into what is essentially a creeper. So let's check out the next arrow. We have dirt arrows. Now the dirt arrows, I'm pretty sure, stun enemies. That didn't seem to do much. Let's put ourselves into adventure mode. Hey, buddy. What's so interesting? Boy, he is not interested in me like, in the least. They're all looking at me, and they're like, whatever. And there you go. The dirt arrows also place dirt blocks. So I can shoot that guy over there. I can miss. Oh no! And I died. Whoops. And I'm back. That was a bit silly of me. Okay, so now we have seed arrows. I don't think this would do anything special to mobs. Okay, so the seed arrow does do exactly what I thought it did. If I fire it at dirt, it becomes grass. So this is a good way, say if you want to make a underground base near to bedrock, you can make some seed arrows, which are not too expensive to make, just requires seeds and feathers. So it's actually cheaper than a normal arrow. And you can start up underground farms like that. Or you can start farms in, I don't know, hostile environments like the Nether or the End. Either way. And now let's check out confusing arrows. This guy is currently targeted at me. If I hit him with a confusing arrow, they all start attacking each other. They don't know what they're doing. Oh, and he went bye-bye. So the confusing arrow does exactly what it says it does, or exactly what the name implies. You hit it with, you hit one mob with it in a group, and they'll start attacking each other. They'll start wondering, hey, who's attacking me? Is it you? So there you go. That's the confusing arrow. And now we also have the redstone arrow, which I believe is the final one. So I can shoot one of these torches, or one of these arrows, and it creates a redstone torch. There you go. So now this might actually be pretty useful in cases that... Ooh, look at those particle effects. Fancy. So say you wanted to, I don't know, have a bit of TNT. And you wanted to set it off from a distance. So you place it like right there. About. I can shoot that. And almost hit it. Almost. Maybe this time. Try again. Ah, there we go. I finally did it. And there you go. How fancy is that? So that is the redstone arrow. Pretty neat, huh? And I think that about covers everything in the Ropes Plus mod. Let's check it out. We covered the zipline. We covered the hook shot. We covered the grappling hook. And that's about everything. So there you go. That is the Ropes Plus mod. It adds a whole bunch of very interesting things. Lots of things are actually pretty neat, pretty useful. The zipline is particularly fun. And that's about it. So there you go, Internet. Take care. I will see you in space. And join me next time for another Mod Spotlight video.
I bet you were expecting some sort of fancy outro. Nope. Just this. But hey, you know what would be cool? Clicking one of those links below? Yeah, that'd make it cool.